Visual Traffic Recorded Online Training, Order Entry Session 2. In this session, we'll learn about order types, tops and tail orders, filler orders, view calendar, how to duplicate a line and batch changes, how to create from a master order. We'll also learn how to cancel and delete orders, and audit info, the print menu and transfer order, order manager and order renewal, and order reports. Order types. In our last session, we talked about the different order types that are possible within VT. Remember that per spot is the most commonly used billing method. The rate for each spot is put on a spot pattern definition. Each definition can have a different unit rate, and per spot may also be used when you are billing a flat rate that is not directly tied to a spot on the log. We also have a fixed rate. On this example of the fixed rate order, the client will see the billing rate of $7. Internally, however, we have many other rates: 30 cents, $4, $2, $12, 0, 1 are some examples. So the client sees $7, and internally you've broken it out. We also have package orders. Package orders are used when you need a true average unit rate report or a true lowest unit rate report when you are flat billing customers. They are also used when you need to allow co-op invoices for a package. In this instance, I've selected Package Billing, Allow Co-op Invoices. When I clicked on Package Billing down below, I have set up a package billing to run August 1st through December 25th, billing once a month at the rate of $700 each. The important thing to remember about package billing is that if this is a media month client, make sure that the end of your month is always a Sunday. Otherwise, you will double bill the client. Remember, to make it easier, you can double click in the date field and the calendar will come up for you. If you needed to bill a client once every week, then you would tell it bill one every week. And if you needed to bill it once every Tuesday, you would make sure that your start date was a Tuesday and then bill it every 7 days. When we look at this, down in the lower left corner, you will see that the definition income is 0, but the billing is $3,500. That's because package billing produces billing numbers only. You will have to get your income numbers from the spot patterns and any non-spot billing. I did add non-spot billing to this order. It is for the talent fee. It's billed out on the station training 1. Here is your income account, the start date and end date, the rate, when I'm going to bill it, my spot type, and my billing description. This billing description will print out on my invoice. If I needed to make this an additional billing item, I would have checked Display as Billing Item on Invoice. Because I did not check that, you will see that the billing is 0. Save that. And then looking at our spots, this is our internal rate. The client will not see this unless this is a co-op order, in which case that would print out on the co-op invoice. The important thing to remember with package billing is that your income and billing must match. When you save the order, if they do not match, a warning flag will come up. Tops and tails and filler orders. We also have tops and tails in Visual Traffic. Those can also be known as bookends. In a top and tail order, the top of the order entry screen is the same, but when it's time to enter your spot pattern, you're not going to spot patterns, rather you're going to tops and tails. When you go to tops and tails, you're entering basically the same information, it's just in a different order. When you're entering a top and tail order, you will need to enter the combined rate. That would be the rate for both of those spots. Also, when entering your spot pattern for daily quantity or a multi-day spread, I've got the number 2 here. This would mean 2 spots, but it's 2 sets of tops and tails. So it is actually 4 different spots. When you are in top and tail information, do you want to bill it as 1 spot? Do you want to show both spots with 1 rate, or do you want to bill it as 2 spots? Do you want this to run as a true top and tail? In other words, the first position and the last position of the break. If you don't need it to be a true top and tail, you'll need to select your minimum avail distance. Then you enter your information for your top. The rate, is it going to be $1 or a percentage, and what percentage or dollar amount is it? The length of the spot, the copy, the avail code, the spot type. When you get to the tail, you won't be able to select the rate. It's determined by the top rate. You'll also be able to set your length, copy, avail, and spot type on the tail. So your top could be one type, and your tail could be another. One other order type that we feel is important in visual traffic is the filler order. If you are a satellite station and you need to fill your breaks to time during satellite programming hours, you can use the filler selection in visual traffic. Filler is in the lower right corner, and when you set filler, you are telling it up to how many spots per day can be run with this filler order. Fill spots are applied on the log after they are made official. These spots don't show on a bump list unless you delete them from the log. Fill orders also default automatically to a priority of 1. View calendar. We can view your calendar, once again, to make sure that your spots and your non-spot items are correct. The billing total and the income total match, and you can see this information by the month, by the week, and for the overall contract. If you need to look at another month, use your double arrows to move back and forth amongst the months. When you are looking at the calendar, for instance here on September 30th, you see a 3/2. That's 3 spots on that day and then 2 billings. So you've got a package bill and a non-spot bill on that date. Duplicate and batch changes. If you have been using new rather than new multi-week, we have a feature called Duplicate, where you can duplicate a spot pattern to other weeks. Select the line you wish to duplicate and click the button Duplicate. When you do this, you are asked to select the weeks that you wish to create duplicate spot patterns for. So you can hold down your Control key and singly select them. You could also hold down your Shift key and add several in a row. Click OK, and those lines are automatically created for you. Let's say as you've put this in, you discover you've made an error in the rate. That would mean you'd typically have to go back and change the rate on each individual line. With VT, we can do what's called a batch change. Simply click on the Batch Changes line, highlight the spot pattern lines you wish to change, and then select the item that you wish to change. You could change the income account, spot type, discounts and commissions, the rate, which we will do, the start date and end date, the avail code, the priority, the product code, length and copy. You could also change their tax exempt status, make good status, auto bump, the product code separation, and the advertiser separation. Once you've made your choices, click Apply Changes. It tells you what it's going to change. Are you sure you wish to continue? Yes. And 12 pattern definitions successfully updated. Click OK, close, and your rates have now been updated. We'll go ahead and close this order, say OK to save it, which will bring us back to our main entry screen. Create from. To create our next order, we'll go to the main Create Edit Order window. On the lower left, you'll have a Create From button. Remember, when we entered orders, we said we could save the orders as a template. If you have saved the order as a template, they will be displayed in this list. We're going to select an order to copy from and click Copy. When you do this, it asks you if you want to change the start date, so you could change this to a new start date. It then calculates the offset in days. Do you want to use the template income account or the advertiser default income account? You are asked to accept or skip each spot pattern definition and billing definition, or you can say all, or you can abort the operation. When you say all, it creates the order for you. The one thing that I would recommend that you make sure is that your AR account is correct, that your receivables group is correct, and then go into spot patterns, create your copy, and assign the copy to the lines through the use of a batch change. Cancel and delete orders and audit info. If you need to cancel an existing order, simply click the Cancellation button on the main order window. When you click Cancellation, it gives you the information about the order. The important thing to know is that the cancellation date is the last date that you want this spot to air. If you want to stop it before it begins, simply use a date before the begin date of the order. If you have package billing or non-spot billing on an order, you might need to look at that after you have canceled the order if it was canceling in the middle of the run to make sure that they do not get overbilled. This had already placed 12 spots on the logs. Do we wish to continue? Yes. And it has been canceled, so you will see that it says per spot accepted, but there is no station and no spot count displayed. If you needed to delete the order, if you had entered it totally incorrectly and it has not started yet and you would like to delete it, simply click Delete. It will be removed completely from the system. Only the audit trail information will remain. Are you sure you wish to continue? Yes or no. Audit info will give you information about the order, who entered the order, when it was entered, what machine were they on, and then items that have been changed on the order since it was entered. You can also print this report. Print menu and transfer orders. The print button allows you to print a confirmation, an internal confirmation, or spot times for the order that is selected on the screen. If you have multiple clients with the same name, such as Papa Joe's Barbecue and Papa Joe's Barbecue Trade, and you find that you've entered the order under the incorrect advertiser, you don't need to delete the order and rekey it. You can simply transfer the order. In the lower left corner of the screen, Transfer Order, you get a warning pop-up saying that changing the advertiser for the order may cause spots that are already placed on existing logs to be in conflict with spots for the new advertiser. Any copy assigned to the spot patterns and any carts assigned to the spots will be removed. You'll have to rekey those in the order. Are you sure you wish to continue? Yes. Then the prompt for the new advertiser comes up. Make sure you have the correct advertiser. Click OK. It has now moved from the old advertiser to the new advertiser. It kept the original order number. You'll need to go in and edit the order and make changes to the AR account if necessary, the receivables group, any commissions and discounts based on this. Go into your spot patterns, change your income accounts, and then assign your copy as well. Once you've done that, go ahead and save, close, and OK, and your new order is on the correct advertiser. Order Manager and Order Renewal Queue. We have the Order Manager button. The Order Manager tracks orders that require approval. They may have exceeded a credit policy. They may require approval based on the advertiser or the agency or the salesperson. You can look at current orders and historical orders. If you need to approve an order, simply right-click on the order and accept. You could also decline the order. You could open the order from this screen, view the workflow audit, or the approval properties. When you open approval properties, you'll see why it has ended up in the Order Manager. Once you accept that order, it then goes back to scheduling and it will schedule the order. One other item that you need to look at under orders is your Order Renewal Queue. Orders that are up for renewal show in this Order Renewal Queue. My system is set to show them 60 days before they expire. To approve an order, you simply click on it and click Renew. If you don't want it to renew, you would click Decline. You can run a credit policy check from this screen. You could go to the order, the advertiser, the agency, or the salesperson. This screen is for TFN orders only. Order Reports. The last thing we'd like to discuss in this session are order reports. In Report Center, you can run order projections. And when you run your order projections, you have dates, grouping, and filters that you can choose to get the report. In our orders category, we can also look at orders by salesperson. Depending on your filtering, this report will print all orders. It includes the order dates, the order type, and the invoice frequency by salesperson based on the date that the order was added to the system. Under the sales category, you have order expiration. This report provides a list of orders expiring within a given date range. You can group it by salesperson and station. We have a new business report. This report shows you any new order activity that has taken place for a date or date range. It's broken down to the salesperson level and will also show the order's first and last broadcast dates. The last report that I'd like to talk about is Orders Contract Confirmation. If you wish to print out confirmations at the end of the day rather than printing them one at a time as you enter in orders, you can come to Report Center and do Orders Contract Confirmation. The date range, you would select today rather than keying in a date. If you select today, you don't have to change the date ever. You could group it however means you wanted by the date entered, date modified, salesperson. So if you wanted them all to be printed and then given to the salespeople, I would group them by salesperson. It makes it easier to distribute. This can also be set up as a favorite to be emailed to each rep at the end of the day. If you're going to do that, you will need to make one favorite for each salesperson and then filter on the salesperson. To review what we've covered in this lesson, we learned about the different order types: per spot, fixed rate, and package. We learned how to enter a top and tail order and filler orders. We learned about the Order View Calendar and the detailed information it can give you. We learned how to duplicate spot pattern lines and how to do batch changes on many spot patterns at once. We learned how to create orders from a master order that was saved as a template. We learned how to cancel and delete an order and the audit information about all orders in the system. We also discussed the print menu and how to transfer orders. order manager and order renewal queue, and order reports such as order projections, order by salesperson, orders expiration, and how to do batch contract confirmation printing. From all of us at Marketron, thank you for viewing.